It's Kim Kardashian versus the Middle East. Well, Kim's just arrived back in these United States after a now controversial visit to Kuwait and Bahrain over the weekend. She was there to promote milkshakes.
I've been on the phone with my sisters and my family and everyone, just telling them that they have to come here. I love how glamorous all the girls are here. I mean, your makeup and your hair and your clothes. You guys are beautiful. And it's so beautiful here. The people are so amazing, and everyone from the States has to come and visit.
Well, from what we saw there, the crowd seems to be going crazy for her. And just after her public appearance, Kim got on the Twitter and she said that Bahrain was the prettiest place on earth. However, look at this image. Reports quickly surfaced that protesters were so furious about Kardashian's visit, they stood with these signs and they chanted for her to go home, and protesters were reportedly tear-gassed by police. Shiraz Hassan is the founder of Millions of Milkshakes. He says he was with Kim during that entire trip and claims that the reports of tear-gassed protesters are absolutely false. Shiraz joining me exclusively tonight by phone from Bahrain. So, Shiraz, explain this to me. If there was no tear gas involved with this, how do you explain the reports that were out there today?
Well, first of all, I was with Kim throughout the whole time, and when we left, just before we left the hotel, we sent an entire security team on our side to go and check out the venue at Millions of Milkshakes. Even down there, we already had police, we had Ministry of Interior. The entire area was blocked off. So before we even got there, we were told everything is clear, everything is good. You know, bring Kim down to Millions of Milkshakes. And when we got there, everything was perfect. We got out. There were thousands of fans screaming Kim Kardashian. She's huge, a very, very popular star in the Middle East. And even last year, my partner and myself, Paresh Shah, went to Dubai, and over 50,000 people last year came out for Kim at Millions of Milkshakes. In Kuwait, there was 30,000 people, and in Bahrain, it was a smaller area. It's an open mall. There were 3,000 people there. And when we got there, we didn't see anything but screaming fans, love, and music and dancing. Everything was great. And then when we left the next day, I saw images come up that there were some protesters standing outside. And first of all, when we were there, we didn't see nothing. I mean, it's an open mall, and plus we had a team that went there before. There was definitely no tear gas, definitely no grenades, completely false. And then I found out today from sources that there was like 15 or 20 people who were so-called protesters were paid to hold up signs. Now, you and I know in Hollywood, if you're going to stand out on the street with a sign and you're paid, then you're an extra. Because these definitely weren't angry protesters. These were young children. They weren't Islamic, you know, where they were really chanting and all of that. All of that is absolute false.
Okay,
the only video
Shiraz,
out there that was showing all of this was what you just saw just now.
Well, let me ask you this, Shiraz. Then why would anybody fabricate these stories? I'm having a hard time understanding what's to be gained by fabricating stories that these protesters were there when Kim was there and that tear gas was involved.
Well, first of all, if there was tear gas where we were, it was an open mall where Millions of Milkshakes is. It's a completely open mall. You would hear the sounds. You couldn't even be in that area. So whoever was jealous or trying to create some, you know, if there were negativity about anything that Kim coming to the region, which I find it, you know, really silly actually, because when we arrived in Bahrain, just to give you an idea, I'm not joking, when we got off the plane, it was like President Obama arriving in Bahrain. We had the Ministry of Interior, we had the army from Bahrain, we had the entire police force. They were so welcoming for Kim Kardashian, it was unbelievable. So there might have been a few local people that were upset, and literally just in the area, the streets were blocked for a mile. AJ,
well,
1 mile, you couldn't even get into the area.
You know, maybe you can imagine here in the United States, if the Army got involved to protect a reality show star, it would be a little crazy. But let me ask you, is it exactly that popularity over there, which is why you chose Kim to go to the Middle East of all places, which seems outlandish to us, of course?
Yeah, first of all, Kim's a really good friend of mine, and she's so popular out here. And after Dubai, imagine 50,000 people come out to the Dubai Mall, and literally when we announced that we're opening Millions of Milkshakes in Kuwait and Bahrain, all we were hearing, please bring Kim Kardashian. And we actually created history because in Kuwait, this is the first time that we brought a Hollywood star into a mall in Kuwait, and the fans were crazy. I'm not joking. It was like Justin Bieber, One Direction, and Beatlemania combined.
Wow. It
was crazy.
It is wild. It is wild seeing that
K.âs.
level of popularity for our reality star over there. Well, Shiraz, I appreciate your insight into all this. Thanks for joining us from Bahrain tonight.